solving a challenging volume problem. So in this problem we have two figures. We have a capsule which contains a cylinder and two hemispheres, and we have a cone. And we're told the volume of these two solids are equal and the radius in both of them are equal. So if we can make a formula for the volume of the capsule and the volume of the cone, then we can set those equal and then solve for the radius. So let's take a look at the first figure here. It contains a cylinder and two hemispheres, so two hemispheres together make up a sphere. So let's find the volume of the cylinder and the sphere. So the volume of the cylinder here equals, and the volume of the cylinder is pi times the radius squared times the height. So pi times radius squared times 205. So that's the volume of the cylinder. The volume of the sphere is going to be equal to 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. So the volume of the whole tablet equals 4/3 pi r cubed plus 205 pi r squared. And the volume of the cylinder. The volume of the cylinder is going to be equal to, the cone. The volume of the cone equals 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times, now let's change this to 630 millimeters. Because we want the answer in millimeters, let's keep the units consistent. So that's going to be 630. And we can take 1/3 of 630 is 210. So the volume of the cone equals 210 pi r squared. Now we know that the volume of the tablet and the volume of the cone have to be equal. So this volume here should be equal to the volume of the cone, which is 210 pi r squared. Now if you look at this equation here, we have r squared, r squared, r squared, or r cubed. Okay, so the r squares, those are matching terms. So we can combine those terms. So what we can do is subtract 205 pi r squared from both sides of the equation. And we end up with over here 4/3 pi r cubed equals 5 pi r squared. And we can divide both sides by pi. The pi's will cancel. We've got r squared here and r cubed here. So let me rewrite this another way. This is r times r times r. Here we have 5 times r times r. So we can divide both sides by r twice, or divide both sides by r squared. And we get 4/3 r equals 5. To get rid of that 4/3, we can multiply by the reciprocal, which is 3/4. So that cancels, gives you 1. So you get r equals 15 out of 4, which equals 3.75 millimeters exactly. And that's your final answer.